Meet the 2023 Toyota Supra, also known as Supra 3.0. There's some upgrades to the suspension, a couple of new paint colours and a new set of wheels. But the big news is the arrival of a 6-speed manual transmission. Let's check it out. Although it looks the same on the outside, this is the third update to the Supra since it went on sale 4 years ago. About 10 years ago, when Toyota was considering a modern-day version, to revive its iconic sports car nameplate from the 1980s and 1990s, the Japanese company secretly approached BMW to discuss a jointly developed vehicle. It wasn't cost-effective for Toyota to go it alone with a new model, so it wanted to partner with a car company with a performance heritage. And, most important of all, an inline 6-cylinder engine, a nod to the previous generation Supra sports cars. And that's how a high-ranking Toyota engineer came to knock on the door of BMW's headquarters in Munich. As it would transpire, at the time, BMW was also looking to share costs to develop its next generation Z4 convertible. So the approach from Toyota was well received. The partnership enabled BMW to continue with the Z4 convertible, and Toyota got a vehicle to form the basis of its modern-day Supra coupe. Beyond new wheel designs and a couple of new paint options, the exterior of the Supra remains unchanged for 2023. Most of the upgrades, such as revised suspension, are under the skin. The core ingredients are the same as before. The mechanical twin to the BMW Z4 is powered by a turbocharged BMW-sourced inline 6-cylinder engine. The output of 285 kilowatts and 500 Nm is unchanged, but the price has had a bit of a bump. The two variants available in Australia, the GT and the GTS, start from $87,000 and $97,000 plus on-road costs. The automatic and manual are the same price, listed as no-cost options. Both gearboxes are sourced from BMW suppliers, but Toyota had input. And many of the interior components, such as the steering wheel, instrument cluster, infotainment screen, air conditioning controls and other switches, are straight out of a BMW. The large dial that controls the Toyota Supra's infotainment system is also from the German car maker. That said, Toyota has done an excellent job of disguising the origins of much of this equipment. Few buyers would ever notice, unless they've owned a BMW before. Because this car is manufactured in a shared facility in Graz, Austria, and the core structure of the vehicle is based on a BMW, the Supra has some European idiosyncrasies, such as the indicator stalk, which is on the left of the steering wheel, as is the case with most European cars, rather than the right, as it is on most Toyotas. There's the option of tan leather sports seats and faux carbon fibre trim around the centre console. But there's one more very important change to the Supra for 2023. Well, here's the reason we are here. This 6-speed manual transmission. When Toyota launched the Supra in 2019, fans were up in arms because it was an automatic-only model. Toyota got the message, and now we have this. Toyota says it started working on a manual transmission almost immediately after the Supra went on sale. There's nothing particularly significant about this manual gearbox other than it's finally available in the Toyota Supra. It's light and easy to operate, it's got a nice long throw, and it doesn't have the notchiness of race car style gearboxes. To be honest, with manual transmissions disappearing from all types of cars, we're just glad Toyota is keeping the dream alive. Time to go and test it out. Well, this has been 4 years in the making, a Toyota Supra with a 6-speed manual. When the Supra came out in 2019, it had an 8-speed automatic only, and fans were not impressed. Toyota got the message loud and clear, and now we have a 6-speed manual that the Supra should have had all along.
We're in Salt Lake City, Utah, at a racetrack about half an hour west of the city limits, and a short detour on the road that leads to Bonneville Salt Flats, the home of countless land speed record attempts. Toyota flew to the US a group of international media, including Drive.com.au, for an early preview. With limited time in the car, we're not aiming to set any lap records today, just to get a feel for the manual gearbox
and to get reacquainted with the Supra.
It's actually been a couple of years since I've driven a Supra, and this is a really good reminder what a well-sorted car this is. The manual transmission is a really nice touch for the Supra, and no doubt it's breathed a new lease of life into this sports car. The rev matching technology works really well, and the spread of ratios really suits the engine's power band. Oh, feel that! What a blast! Oh, this feels great.
The slow motion footage shows just how planted the Toyota Supra feels in tight turns. That said, with grippy tyres and massive brakes, it was designed to handle this type of punishment. The Supra is also surprisingly quick, which is something else I forgot about. But we reckon the automatic still has the edge in the 0 to 100 dash.
It might be slower than an automatic Supra, but it just makes the Supra that little bit more fun. We didn't get a chance to put the V-Box on the Supra today, but we know the automatic does 0 to 100 in about 5 seconds. The manual's probably going to be a touch slower given that you've got to pause every time you put the clutch in to grab another gear. That said, this is still a very nice package.
In Australia, Toyota has sold about 200 examples of the Supra each year since the sports car arrived in 2019, so it's still a niche model. Will the manual provide a sales boost? We'll know once it arrives in local showrooms later this year.
Of course, we'll reserve final judgment until we drive the car on real roads back home in Australia, but so far, the early signs are good. This is the transmission the Supra should have launched with 4 years ago. Thankfully, the manual transmission isn't dead yet.
Please hit like if you've enjoyed this video, go to Drive.com.au to read the full review of the Toyota Supra, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any future updates.